and welcome to this video. My name's Samantha from Minerva, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing some great sewing patterns for dolls, bears and plushies. Now plushies are those cute little cuddly creatures that are really great to hug. So why make one of these patterns? When you're making these, you're actually making something which is sewn with love. A lot of people make them to give as a gift, or it's a nice heirloom, or it's something for you to kind of cherish and to create using some extra fabric that you have. And they are great for gifts, for christenings, baptisms, for children, and children do keep them for a long time. For this video I've bought my dolly that was made for me, and this was made kind of in the late 70s, and she's still here. She's had various different costume changes throughout her life, but yeah, she's still kept. And I think in a society where there's so many toys readily available for us to buy, you are spending probably a little bit more money and also your time to create these, but these are the pieces that people keep hold of and loved, and they're the ones that are passed through the generations. In this video I'm also going to give some hints and tips for when you're going to be sewing your dolls, your bears and your plushies too. Just a little word of warning about safety. For your country, just ensure that you have the right stuffing to put into your creation. In the UK here we have something called a British Standard, or a little kite mark on it, so when you're purchasing your stuffing just make sure that you do have that right safety on it. So let's get into today's video. First of all I'm going to talk about some dolls, then I'm going to share some beautiful bear patterns, and then we're going to come on to our adorable little plushies. So the first one is the most beautiful Simplicity 8402. Now this pattern is such a staple for your sewing box, and I really like this because the pattern actually has is great for beginners. The main reason is because the actual size of the doll's arms and the actual body and the legs is quite accessible as a pattern for somebody who has maybe just started to make dolls. So these are quite easy dolls to make. You can make 4 dolls with your pattern, and a range of dresses and little shoes, which are really cute as well. So for me, I would love to make one of these. I like that the hair is easy, as you can see on the front of the pattern. I like that the hair on this is really easy, so you're actually making little plaits for your dolly, and the top of the hair is felt or it's fabric as well, so that's really cute and really adorable. And I think also it lends itself to various different cultures as well with the shape of the doll. Our recommendation for this doll would be to make the body of the doll in broadcloth or maybe a calico. And what I'm going to do in the video is I'm going to pop up some pictures here of some beautiful fabrics that we have on our website. I would look at using some cottons or some chambray or maybe a gingham to make the dresses. Now these dolls will probably, a little bit like my doll, be loved for years and years, so I always like to use a really good quality fabric to make the dolls' clothes in, because they're going to be hugged a lot, they're possibly going to be washed a lot, and I think that little bit of money that you're going to put into a good quality fabric means that your doll will be loved, and it will last as well. Just some little hints and tips on making your doll. I always sew the seams 3 times. And this means that the wadding doesn't poke out of the seams as it's being used. I also use, and Simplicity have recommended it on here as well, for the cheeks of your doll. So for your little cheeks, they use either a little coloured pencil or they use a blush. Now the blush that I use, I just pick one up from My Chemist, which hasn't got any oils in it, because the oils on the broadcloth will make it look a little bit greasy. So just a really cheap blusher, and then you will apply it. It might need a few applications through the years, but just ensure you have just a really cheap blusher, nothing that has got any gloss in it or has got any oils in it, and just keep applying that with a little cotton wool pad every so often to make sure that your dolly keeps her little blush cheeks, if that is something that you would like to do. I just wanted to show you the back of this pattern as well, because it does show on here the amount of pieces that you have and all the different layouts. Now, sometimes with making dolls and bears, there is a lot of information on the back here, but when you open it up, you will find out that they're really simple, nice, clear instructions in there for your creation. But due to the nature of them being quite delicate, and there's a lot of detail in there as well, they have to label it on the back. These are great for scrap busting, so it might say a little remnant of felt, for example, but I'm sure if you're like myself, you've probably got a little stash of scraps that you keep just for little projects like this. So again, you are using all your scraps up with these. Also with these patterns, I tend to, when I'm making particularly a doll, I keep all of my little extras. So maybe you've seen a fat quarter you like, or maybe you've seen something that is a beautiful fabric you're making for yourself and you just want to buy that little bit extra. I've got a little Ziploc bag in my sewing room, and I keep all of my little pieces of fabric that I want to use for doll making in that bag, and they're there and they're ready to be made into doll's clothes. So at Minerva you can buy your fabrics in half a metre, 50 centimetre lengths, and then you can order an increment of 10 centimetres. So if you've seen a beautiful fabric that you really want to make into something for your doll, as well as yourself, why not order an extra 20 centimetres of fabric on your order, cut that 20 centimetres off like I've got here, and this is a project that I've currently made a dress in for myself, and then add that to your Ziploc bag for all of your doll making. So that's going in my Ziploc bag. And then moving on from a basic doll pattern. Now, I showed these patterns to my daughters, and this is the pattern that they have asked that one of them would love to make. And a lot of little girls, when they get into sewing, it's great to help them with their sewing journey, to actually make something with them that they would like to use. And this is the one that one of my daughters has picked out, and it is the beautiful Birder 6495. This is a unicorn. Now, unicorns are so popular at the moment, and how adorable and how cute is this pattern? This pattern comes with two separate options. You can either make the unicorn with the wings, or you can make a horse. And what I like about the Birder pattern as well is just look how easy and simple that is. So if you're looking to make this maybe with a daughter, a granddaughter, a niece, just to get them starting, and why not a nephew or a grandson as well. These are fantastic patterns, and they are so clear of exactly what you want on the back here. So I'll just run through what you require to make up your unicorn or your horse. You will need to get some stuffing. You would need to also get some eyes, and also a few scrapbook scraps and some wool for the mane. Have a look on our website, because we do have the most fantastic range of yarns also. So the recommendations here I'm just going to pop up. We are recommending cotton fabrics, and the pattern here has got a really gorgeous chambray here. So again, we do a fantastic range of chambray products, so I'm just going to pop one up here for you also. I'm also recommending trying a faux fur with a low pile, and oh my gosh, This one is one that I've picked out because just think it just looks great. And you can also look at maybe a terry velour. So again, that would be really, really soft and really, really cuddly as well with for your unicorn or your horse cuddly. This is quite a big piece actually. It stands at 30 centimetres, or you're looking at 12 inches tall. And you can see by the pattern here of the girl, she's really giving it a fantastic hug. I'd also recommend to stitch all of these seams. Again, I would go over them 3 times with my running stitch on my sewing machine to make sure that they are again super strong. I now have 4 wonderful teddy bear patterns to share with you. And who doesn't love to stitch a teddy bear, and who doesn't love to receive a teddy bear as a gift? They do make great heirlooms, and I had one stitched for me for when we got married, and I've still got it. And the person, it was a family member, they embroidered on the teddy bear's ear the date, and that is something I'm just going to treasure. So getting into the patterns, the first one I've got is Simplicity 8044, and this is such a classic. You are making 3 teddy bears here, and you've got the choice of a cat, a dog or a rabbit. What I love about this pattern is it's all very clear on the back as well, so you can see the detail here, and you've got your little line drawings of your patterns. And this pattern would look great. You can make it in a variety of chenille maybe, so it's really nice and cuddly, or a cotton or a flannel, so he is very, very soft. This would be great for a beginner to stitch, and I think for anybody's workbox this pattern is just a bit of a staple. I've had this my workbox, and I've stitched this a lot, and what a joy to make, and it is such a classic design. Now I'm just going to share with you some of the teddy bear eyes that we stock on our website. They come with little teddy bear eyes, and you've got on the back of the packaging, I don't know if you can see, I'm bringing that to the camera, the little rivets so that you can attach your teddy bear eye on the outside with a rivet on the inside before you add the stuffing. And again, these are the safety eyes, and these are ensured to make sure that they look great, but also that they are safe as well. So if you've been stitching teddy bears and you want to add to your collection or to give, why not stitch with knitted fabrics? And we have got another Simplicity pattern, and there's a cat in here. My goodness, how cute is that? And he's got, let me just come and show you. It's on the back, you can see it easy. He's got a cute little tail as well. And these are great. They've got a little bit more to them. We do have a great variety of embroidery threads on the website, so you can embroider on the details onto your teddy bear's face to make him or her absolutely unique. You do need a little bit of stabiliser behind your knitted fabrics, but the knit makes them so soft, and you would also need to iron that on to stabilise your fabric. But your 3 beautiful animals here, you could try one of our knit fabrics that are here, and that would look fantastic. Or you could also try it in a classic calico, or maybe a broadcloth as well. But these look very soft, and I would really like to try to make one of these in a knit. We also sell a variety of fabulous ribbons on the site, so do check out our ribbon ranges, because you need to give your teddy bear that absolutely classic bow to pop round their neck. And staying with Simplicity, Simplicity do a great range of bears. We've got a very classic teddy bear to share, and this one stands 21 centimetres or 55 centimetres tall. And just look at how classic they are. I love the clothes on these patterns. I particularly like the romper. And they suggest on these teddy bears that you could try and make the clothes in selections of maybe like a corduroy, or you could use a cotton. And you could also try to make it in a really soft velour as well. And I think all of these would look fabulous. The little noses are so cute on these, and the expressions. And you can make the expressions on your teddy bear unique. Just to note on this pattern, it does have some embroidery on the pattern, and that is purely for inspiration. I'm just going to bring this finally to the camera to share with you how cute it would be to embroider the details on the jacket and on your bear. There we go, look at that, that just looks so exciting to make. And then finally we have a birder pattern, and we're not just stitching a teddy bear here, we're stitching a whole zoo. And I love this one. This is great. This is birder 7904, and you're creating your bears in 2 sizes. You have got your monkey, and you've got your monkey here. Let's get him into focus. And you've also got your elephant as well. And this would be great for having those scrap busting to make the cover, your jacket for your elephant. What's unique on these is you're actually using disc joints for your teddy bear. So again, if you want to up your skill in bear making, the 2 sizes of bear on this birder pattern have got joints that move. Again, what I like is you do have, all the patterns have seam and hem allowances on birder, and you have really, really clear instructions on the back of exactly everything that you need to make your bear and to create it. So it is very, very simple. I like to use, when I'm actually stuffing my bear, a nice big needle, which is a toy needle, which is kind of like a semicircle, and that makes sure that you can actually stitch your bear together and really get your seam really super tight. I also use a blanket stitch, just that little bit, that area where you've stuffed your bear and you're bringing the seam together, and you've got your needle and you're just using a blanket stitch to make sure that it is super tight there. We would recommend for this pattern some beautiful plush fabrics to give him real cuddles, or her, and you could also try again some of the chenilles that we've mentioned in some of our earlier bears as well. So I'm just bringing these to the camera one final time to share with you, and how absolutely cute are they. So you've got such a great choice, and these would definitely be, I would like these all in my workbox, to be honest. And I think now I've had the bug of stitching the first one that I shared with you, I really want to start to develop my bear making skills. And then finally we're going to move on to our plushies. I have 4 patterns to share with you and some great fabrics for these as well. And we're going to start with something for your dino lover in your life. We're talking about McCall's Craft 7553, and oh my gosh, look at these cute little chaps. They are adorable, and you get 3 within the range on this pattern, and also you get this really cute design for a quilt. And there's more details on the back here. I'll just get this into focus. You can see here the little pattern that you have, so you've got confidence with your pattern that you're going to stitch a beautiful quilt of dinosaurs. And these cute little guys would look, or girls, would look great in a variety of fabric cottons. Just going to pop a few cottons up here for you. Why don't mix about with the stripes and the dots and really have some fun with your creation. The dinosaurs, you can use buttons for eyes, so you don't necessarily need to ensure that you've got the little teddy bear eyes on this one, but it looks so much fun, and I really enjoy creating those 3D shapes that are really just super huggable as well. So that is a great pattern to have in your stash, and I know for myself I would be able to name so many little ones that would absolutely love to have the variety of dinosaurs. And again, you can create them and have one for each of the special occasions. And once you've created your dinosaur, and I have some fantastic creatures to share with you today, we have a dragon. Now this is Simplicity 8715, and what an absolute cutie we've got here. You've got two designs, and they are designed so they can sit perfectly on a little one's shoulders, so they really are that beautiful little comforter that you can have and cherish. And creating those two designs means again you can have one as a gift, and what a lovely surprise to make a friend as well that's slightly a little bit of a different pattern. The designs here would look great in some faux fur or a velour. And again, this one does use those teddy bear eyes for the eyes here, and we'll pop the link for all of the patterns and all of the accessories down below. Why not try for this one Minky Fleece? Now the fabric you would need for this pattern would be only 30 to 40 centimetres of 150 centimetre fabric. So if you bought your 80 centimetres of fabric from us, you would definitely have enough to create two of the dragons. And you could possibly add a little bit of embroidery to these as well. You could embroider something on the wing. Why not have a look at our embroidery threads that we do have on the site. And my next pattern is the biggest little plush that we have today, and it's a hippo or a rhino, and this is Burda 6560. I'll just bring him to the camera. Like, how utterly cuddly is this? And this would be fantastic in some of our cotton fabrics. And again, I think you would be washing this a lot because it would have so many hugs. It's life. I particularly like the detail here on the rhino, and just look at that. You could actually have a little gang there. They would look beautiful. And this one is big. You have got 13 inches tall, that's 33 centimetres tall, and 26.5 inches wide. So it is 67 centimetres wide. So it's quite a large piece to create. And my goodness, it would be so adorable cute. They're really enjoying sharing these with you, because if you're either new to making dolls, bears and plushies, or experienced, I'm sure we've got a pattern which is something that you would like to try. Do leave in the comments box below which of these patterns you would like to try, or if you've made any, and if you do have some special hints and tips. And finally, we have Burda 6561. Now this is perfect for a little one, for their motor skills. So for all of those essential skills they're developing as a small one. My children have had items like this made, and my goodness, we do cherish them because they've been made with absolute love, and also they are so durable and so hard wearing. They would be great made in cottons. I particularly like all the mixture of cottons here. So it's called Playthings, and you have your little cube, and you have two sizes of ball, and then you have this lovely hoopla style toy for your child or as a gift to play with, and they just really are great. So you're not only giving something that is a gift, you're also giving something which a child can develop those fine motor skills with as well. Just flicking on the back here, there you've got all the details of your pattern. So it's really simple instructions. Now for these patterns for Bada, just note that they do have, all the patterns do have the seam and the hem allowances too. And I definitely will be looking at making that for some new little ones in my family. And that is everything that I have to share with you today. So, have you thought about joining our Minerva Craft Club? You get 10% off all of your orders, and we'll pop a little bit more information in the comments box below. If you've made any dolls, bears or plushies, please pop in the comments box your top tip to share with the community. So thank you very much for today's video. I've absolutely enjoyed it and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.